like a hurricane. Yeah, duck, bird, race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Every day that I've been making DuckTales. Tales of daring, do that and DuckTales. Danger, watch behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some DuckTales. Every day that I've been making DuckTales. Tales of daring, do that and good DuckTales. Not ponytails or counting tails, no DuckTales.
B-Marsh Boxing back at it, and you already know who's a candidate this week for the DuckTales Award. Duck Sauce Chronicles, one and only Sergey Kovalev. I ain't calling him Crusher. Y'all could call him Crusher all you want. I'm not calling him Crusher. Does that look like a face of a man who crushes people? You know what I'm saying? Now, Sergey Kovalev, man, the guy's beltless. He's basically been stripped naked by Andre Ward. Got nothing. And this guy's really full of himself. I watched that Andre Ward versus Kovalev fight, you know what I'm saying? The second fight. You know, he wasn't the champion, right? He had lost all his belts the fight previously, the Andre Ward, the first fight. Don't you know this man came with all his straps? He had all his straps. Igor Klimas was holding like two of them. Was holding one of the WBA and the IBF. Somebody else had the WBO. Somebody else was holding his when he was Adonis Stevenson's mandatory, when he had that green belt, you know what I mean? The one he fought fellas like Pascal with, you know? When he had the green belt mandatory, the fake ass green belt, because Adonis Stevenson had the real WBC green belt. He had all them straps, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I guess the wanted to give himself a pat on the back, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe to boost his morale or his ego to say, yeah, I'm still the champ. Andre Ward ain't win the first fight. Well, anyways, man, this ain't about Ward and Kovalev. As you can see, this is the face that Andre Ward made him make, actually. You know what I mean? The man don't even look like himself. The man look like he's bent off that vodka, you know what I mean? And he's about to Earl. You check it, you know? But this video is exactly about what Sergey Kovalev and Kathy Diva came out saying yesterday, man, on the video I made yesterday. I'm going to throw the links to that video in the description box. So, Kathy Diva and them are basically saying, you know who they ducking. They ducking Adonis Stevenson. This not the first time. This ain't the second time. This ain't even the third time, you know what I mean? Anybody who's knows anything about this better clarify that and make it be known. This is the third time. Anybody who knows about the situation with Kovalev and Adonis Stevenson, you know what I mean? Ever since 2015, he was the mandatory. 2016, he was the mandatory. But he ain't want none of that fire with the man, Adonis Stevenson. So now this Kathy Diva and them are coming out saying, you know, Adonis Stevenson is 40 years old. I don't think he knows what he wants to do. And we don't know what he wants to do. So we're going to fight these other young, hungry fighters in the division. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good young fighters. These are what Kathy Diva and them are saying. You know what I mean? Now, in my opinion, you have young, hungry fighters in your stable. Why the fuck you ain't fighting Dimitri Bivol? Why you not fighting Dimitri Bivol? Dimitri Bivol is fighting some guy from Australia named Trent Broadhurst or some shit. You check it? Who is that guy? I never heard of him. How the fuck does this guy Trent Broadhurst or whatever, how does he get a title shot? He's 20-1, 12 KOs. He's been knocked out once. Knocked out. Not no stoppage. He's been knocked the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? So how is this guy getting a title shot? Dimitri Bivol was a man who I seen talking about he's not ready for a title shot yet, you know what I'm saying? He's 11-0 and 11 KOs, alright? But he's ready for a title shot. This was when Andre Ward was the champ, you know what I mean? And excuse me. Andre Ward was the champ and Badu Jack was the regular champ at the WBA, you know what I mean? Dimitri Bivol got that interim title. But I bet you Dimitri Bivol will be ready to fight this Trent Broadhurst guy. But how comes Sergey Kovalev ain't trying to fight the man Dmitry Bivol? How about that? You know what I'm saying? Both of these guys are looking for easy way outs. You know what I mean? You check it. That's how I feel, because on the real, yeah, the man Badu Jack was obligated to drop that WBA regular title as soon as he beat Nathan Clevely, and he did. But why he can't fight the man Dmitry Bivol for the number one? I'm sorry, for the WBA super title at light heavyweight. You know what I mean? The one Andre Ward vacated. You check it. That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? Because these guys look like they trying to pick up easy belts instead of going to fight the number one guy and knocking off Adonis Stevenson. And Sergey Kovalev is the number one culprit, and he's actually the band leader and the ringleader of everybody trying to duck the man Adonis Stevenson so they can get easy fights like Dmitry Bivol versus this Trent Broadhurst guy. Maybe NBT Boxing. Big ups to NBT Boxing. Check him out. Good channel. Go sub to his channel. Maybe he knows who this Trent Broadhurst guy is. But word to God, man, I don't know nobody on the man's resume. Not a single soul. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody on this man's resume. Arthur Beterbiev, a guy based out of Montreal, Quebec. I think he's trying to get out of his deal with Yvon Michel as his promoter. Okay, he's gonna be fighting for the IBF strap. You know what I mean? Against for the IBF strap that the man Andre Ward vacated against a guy named Enrico Colling. Who the fuck is that guy? Who is this guy Enrico Colling? He's a guy who was 23-1 with 6 KOs. You know what I mean? I looked at his resume as well. I have no idea. Sir, is that the sir? No, that ain't the Devchenko. No, this is Demchenko. I don't know nobody on that man's resume. You know what I mean? My point is, all these guys are fighting nobodies. You check it? They're fighting nobodies, and those are the guys this guy Sergey Kovalev is trying to target instead of talking about making a or trying to fight them. He can't make no unification. This man is beltless. You know what I mean? He was stripped buck ass naked. You know what I mean? And that's why the man is still crying till he's gonna keep crying till the cows come home. That's his problem. You know what I'm saying? Look at his face right here. This guy did not want to fight. You know what I mean? But this guy don't want to fight Adonis Stevenson, talking about the man is 40 years old. Well, that ain't stopped them from fighting a 50-year-old B-Hop. You know what I mean? They fought a 50-year-old B-Hop, and that was the best name on his resume that he beat. And fellas call that man a killer because he beat an old man. If I go outside or go down the block and whoop on an old man, does that make me a killer? Let's put things in perspective and in the right context. You know what I mean? Just because the man has killed somebody in the ring, who was that guy he killed? And God bless the dead, rest that man's soul. But who was that guy? I told y'all about other guys who killed fellas who I consider more killers than Sergey Kovalev. I made example of it. I ain't even go with black dudes. I went with straight up and down white fellas. Fellas like Barry McGuigan. You know what I mean? When he killed that African, the dude from Ghana. You check it. Fellas like Ray Boom Boom Mancini. You know what I mean? Them fellas killed the Korean Jungkook Kim or Dongkook Kim or whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? Even Brian Mitchell, who's a real bad man. You know what I mean? From South Africa, white dude. Them fellas was a monster at super featherweight. Good fighter. He's killed somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah, these guys I mentioned. Actually, all them guys I mentioned, Barry McGuigan, Boom Boom Mancini, and Brian Mitchell are in the International Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota, New York. You know what I'm saying? Now, is Sergey Kovalev in there? No. So what y'all fellas call this guy a killer? Yeah, he killed a guy, yeah, but who was that guy he killed? You know what I'm saying? And what has Sergey Kovalev done after that? You know what I mean? Yeah, he beat a 50-year-old B-Hop. Fellas gave him mad props for that. I picked B-Hop to win that fight. Because I ain't believe in this guy. But, this guy never has fought a puncher, man. When has he ever fought a puncher? Go look at his record. Najid Mohammadi's, Jean Pascal's. Jean Pascal can punch, But Jean Pascal was kind of washed up, He's not the same guy he used to be, you know what I mean? Who else did he fight? The Cedric Agnews, Blake Camparillos, Ishmael Salaks, You know what I'm saying? These are the type of characters y'all fellas that the man fought instead of fighting the man Superman to become undisputed. You know what I mean? And you know they kept talking about, oh, if Al Heyman wins the first bid, then we gotta go fight on Showtime HBO. Truth be told, I'm Showtime PBC when we're contractually obligated to the HBO. But truth be told, HBO, Kathy Duva and Sergey Kovalev, they used Adonis Stevenson to get a 3-fight deal. You know what I'm saying? They used him to get a 3-fight deal. You know what I mean? Talking about they're gonna fight the man Adonis Stevenson, and you know hopefully that fight being made on HBO. You know what I mean? But nah, they had no intentions of fighting the man Adonis Stevenson. How do you ask for 2 purse bids? The WBC acknowledges that and gives you the #1 mandatory shot, which is almost unheard of for a champion in other sanctioning bodies to be ranked high, especially a #1 mandatory in another sanctioning body, this time being the WBC. And then they get the purse bid and then they renege, they pull out of it, and that's their excuse because they can't fight, they don't want to fight on Showtime and PBC. Well, like I said, man, they used Yvonne Michelle, they used Adonis Stevenson, and they used these guys to get a 3-fight HBO deal, you know what I mean? And that was fights with fellas like, what's his name, Pascal, and also Chilemba, and also at the end of the day, he had to fight Andre Ward, you know what I mean? That was a 3-fight deal, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Sergey Kovalev, man, and Kathy Duva, you guys are dead wrong for this, you know what I mean? But, you know, I'm going to call it out. Hopefully other people will, you know. Got to be consistent with it, you know what I mean? You check it, there's still a lot of delusional people still say Adonis Stevenson is the one who ducked Kovalev, you know what I'm saying? I gave y'all a scenario before. It's like a whole pie, okay? A whole pie. And Adonis Stevenson, okay, he went over to Showtime to fight B-Hop. The first time they were supposed to fight, you know, all they had was a handshake agreement, you know what I mean? Verbal agreement between Kovalev and Stevenson that they were supposed to fight. HBO did want that fight because they had 2 champions at light heavyweight, the WBO and the WBC champ at the time, in Kovalev and Ward. Adonis Stevenson, you know what I mean? Okay, so Adonis Stevenson went to pursue B-Hop, get a bigger payday, you know, as an older guy in the game of boxing. You know what I'm saying? He made a better decision, a better career move for himself. But he didn't get the fight, you know what I mean? Basically, Kathy Duva. And Kathy Duva probably has better relationships with B-Hop and Golden Boy than she does with fellas like Adonis Stevenson. You know, Diva and them, they based out in New Jersey. B-Hop is a guy who's fought numerous times out there in Atlantic City, you know what I mean? So, believe you me, that fight was easier to make for Kovalev and B-Hop rather than Stevenson and B-Hop, you know what I mean? Okay. So if you want to blame Stevenson for that, okay, give him that blame, you know what I mean? There's still another 2/3 of the pie, you know what I mean? And those 2 times, those 2 times that Kovalev ducked Stevenson, he gets the majority of the blame, you know what I mean? You check it, there's a third of the pie that goes, 1/3 of the blame goes to the man Stevenson, 2/3 go to the man Sergey Kovalev. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being fair, and I'm being non-biased, and that's just how it is, you know what I mean? And the man Kovalev, he gets the brunt of the blame, 66.6%. Stevenson gets 33.3%, you know what I mean? But now this is a 4th time, you know what I'm saying? Out of 4 times, you know what I mean? Now Stevenson only gets 25% of the blame, you know what I'm saying? He gets, you know, he's 1/4 of the pie, you know what I mean? You check it. This is the 4th time they trying to make this fight, and this guy Kovalev is fucking up the fight. This is the 3rd time he's done it. You know what I'm saying? So he gets the majority of the blame, man. 75% of the blame goes to this man Sergey Kovalev. And if you don't like it, fuck you, because you already know who you're trying to protect. A lot of people out here, they try to gas the man Sergey Kovalev to boost up the man Andre Ward, to say Andre Ward be the killer. Good wins for Andre Ward. Very good wins, especially moving up to light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, if you know boxing, this guy had no business even going the distance with fellas like Andre Ward. You know what I mean? Andre Ward, in my opinion, made that fight more difficult than it was supposed to be. But he handled his business in the 2nd fight. You know what I mean? But all in all, Sergey Kovalev, Kathy Duva, and them, y'all are just Y'all just a piece of work, man. I can't believe y'all already ducking the man Stevenson talking about he 40 when you fought a 50-year-old B-Hop. That's the best name on your resume. And you ain't going to the Hall of Fame just beating an old-ass B-Hop. Fuck that shit, you know what I'm saying? Fellas like, who beat B-Hop? Who beat B-Hop? Jermaine Taylor beat B-Hop. Chad Dawson beat B-Hop twice. You know what I'm saying? So what? That ain't nothing new. Be Marsh Box, leave your thoughts and comments. And let's congratulate another candidate for the Duck Sauce Awards, Sergey Kovalev. I'm gone.